What's up everyone? So we are back at it today and we're switching things up a bit. We're not looking at a wedge or a cylinder that hangs off your glass. We're looking at a full mirror replacement system. This is the 70mai S410. Now, mirror dash cams have always been a bit polarizing. Some people love the massive digital rear view and others think it's just a distraction. But the S410 promises to blend seamless integration with that 70mai reliability we've come to expect. We've been testing this setup to see if swapping your analog glass for a digital screen is actually an upgrade, or if it's just tech for tech's sake. We'll put the updated price and purchase link down in the description so you can follow along. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. First things first, let's tear into the packaging and see what 70mai is giving us. Inside the box, you're greeted by the main dash cam unit, which is essentially a large, sleek mirror that straps over your existing one. You also get the rear view backup camera, which is crucial for this type of setup since the mirror is the screen. They've included a standard cigarette port charger and the necessary power cable, along with the rubber mounting straps that hold the unit in place. It's nice to see they didn't skimp on the extras. There's a 64GB SD card right in the box, which is plenty to get you started, plus a pry tool to help with hiding those wires. You'll also find some screws specifically for mounting that backup cam if you decide to drill it into your license plate frame. Taking a look at the unit itself, all the ports are tucked neatly on the top edge. You've got the power port, the backup camera input, and the GPS port. The front-facing camera sits on the back, and the front is just one wide, uninterrupted screen. Getting the S410 onto your windshield is honestly one of the easiest installs you can do because you don't have to remove your factory mirror. First, grab that memory card. Hold it in the orientation shown and slide it into the card slot until you hear that satisfying click. Before you mount anything, plug the car charger into your 12-volt cigarette lighter and connect it to the unit just to check if the S410 powers on normally. There's nothing worse than routing cables only to find out you have a dead unit. Once it powers up, it's time to mount. You simply place the S410 over your original mirror and use the included fixing straps to secure it. A really nice touch here is the telescoping body. If your original mirror is too wide or the camera lens is blocked, you can physically pull the camera housing out to the side to clear the obstruction. It's a small detail, but it saves the install on wider vehicles. For the wiring path, you want to route the power cable up into the headliner. Note, disconnect the power before you start jamming wires into the trim. Use that included pry tool, or crowbar as the manual might call it, to gently tuck the cable along the roofline, down the A-pillar, and to your power source. Once everything is connected, sit in the driver's seat and adjust the lens angle physically to ensure it's positioned for the optimal recording angle. Now, if you want to unlock the full potential of the S410, specifically the 24-hour parking surveillance, you can't just use the cigarette lighter. You need to hardwire it. This allows the camera to draw power safely while the car is off. When you look at the hardwire kit, you've really only got 3 main wires to worry about to get this thing powered up. You've got the red wire, which is your VCC plus for that constant power feed, and then the yellow wire for your ACC. That's basically the signal that tells the cam your ignition is on. Finally, you just have the black wire for your ground, and once those are tapped in, you're good to go. You'll need a multimeter for this part. First, go to your fuse box and find a fuse that provides continuous power even when the engine is off. This is where your red VCC plus wire goes. Note, please ensure the voltage is not lower than 11.8 volts to avoid killing your battery. Tie the red wire to this fuse and reinsert it. Next, find a fuse that cuts power when the engine is off but restores it when the engine is on, usually something like the radio or cigarette lighter fuse. This is for your yellow ACC wire. Reinsert that fuse properly. Finally, connect the black ground wire to a metal screw on the car's chassis. Once everything is connected, turn on the engine. The dash cam should start up normally. To verify, connect the S410 to the app and check the device settings. You should now be able to toggle the parking surveillance features like collision detection. When you switch off the car, the dash cam will actually announce entering parking surveillance mode. If you hear that, you've done it right. Let's talk about the visual experience. The S410 runs a 2.5K resolution on the front and 180p on the rear. Honestly, for a mirror cam, this is pretty standard. The footage looks decent, license plates are readable in daylight, and the overall image is sharp enough for evidence. However, we have to talk about the field of view. The front lens covers 125 degrees and the rear covers 120. To be honest with you, we've used plenty of dash cams with much wider coverage, usually 140 to 170, so this felt like a bit of a downgrade. You're getting a narrower tunnel of vision, which means you might miss some action on the far sides of the fenders. On the flip side, the 9-inch display is fantastic. The rear view feedback is undisrupted and feels massive compared to a standard mirror. We didn't feel much latency, which is critical when you're relying on this to change lanes. The night vision is clear enough to see what's going on, but don't expect the same brightness you'd get from a high-end Starvis 2 sensor found in premium standalone cams. It's good, but not groundbreaking. One thing 70mai nailed here is the user interface. Since the screen is so big, they added simple gestures that make controlling it while driving super easy. You can swipe up and down on the screen to physically reposition the display area, like tilting a mirror without moving the unit. Swiping left or right cycles through the viewing modes: single view, split screen, or picture-in-picture. The quick settings are lined up right at the bottom of the screen, and they're actually laid out pretty logically from left to right. You can hit the first icon for an emergency video lock if something goes down, or tap the next ones to snap a quick photo or switch between your front and rear views. Then you've got your brightness adjustment, the audio toggle, and your album and main settings right there at the end. It's all super intuitive, and the icons are definitely large enough that you're not going to be squinting or fumbling around while you're trying to drive. Finally, getting the footage off the camera is smooth. You just connect your phone to the dashcam's Wi-Fi hotspot. The default password is standard 123456778. Once connected, open the app, tap the plus sign, and follow the instructions to add the S410. You'll need to press a confirmation button on the dashcam screen to authorize the pair. The home screen UI looks clean and minimal. You can tap the camera icon to snap a photo, go to the album to download videos, or hit settings to tweak the device configuration. It works exactly how it should without any major glitches. So, is the S410 worth the swap? In our opinion, if you have an older car with a tiny rearview mirror or poor rear visibility due to headrests or pillars, this is a massive upgrade. The 9-inch screen gives you a clear, unobstructed view of what's behind you, and the install is non-destructive. However, if you're a stickler for video specs, the 125-degree field of view is a bit tight, and the 2.5K resolution is good but not 4K crisp. It's a trade-off. You're trading some video width for a much better rear-view experience and a stealthy form factor. For a daily driver or a family hauler, we think it's a solid, functional piece of kit. So that's the breakdown on the 70mai S410. It's big, it's functional, and it hides in plain sight. We'll put the links to the unit and the hardwire kit down in the description. If you've installed a mirror cam before, let us know in the comments if you prefer the digital view over real glass. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more gear reviews and tech updates. Other than that, we hope you all have a simple day. Peace.